Okay, we're in Covent Garden. Sadly, it's a bit of a disappointment. I'm joking. It's the same as every year. Everything I expected it to be. Boom. You can't see the tree. There's so many baubles, tinsel and lights on the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, 'tis the season. Christmas has come to London. So sit back, relax. Let's set the scene by kicking things off with a little festive montage and a rare appearance from the man himself. Tonight, Santa's in town. I think that's Santa taking a selfie with a baby. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to London. It's December, the most festive month of the year, and welcome to Christmas here in London. The countdown to Christmas is well underway. In fact, it began months ago. I think I got my first message from Liberty or one of the department stores letting me know that their Christmas store was open in early August. And they weren't alone. Quite a number of the shops and stores I've been to, they seem to transition straight from selling summer to flogging all things festive. And you can't pace yourself. You can't go straight in as soon as everything becomes available. Start tucking into the turkey, trimmings, pigs in blankets, mince pies, Christmas pudding, covered in double cream laced with brandy. If you dig in, as soon as that becomes available, early September, you'll be sick of it by November. Probably be physically sick and need to start your New Year's resolutions in early December. Football's on. My Christmas jumper on. Well, t-shirt. So yeah, you've got to pace yourself when it comes to the festivities. But it's now December, so we can dive in to all things festive here in London. I want to check out some of the lights and decorations, go to a Christmas market, ice skating maybe. First of all, I want to get myself a Bratwurst. It's not Christmas until you've had a barbecued German sausage. Find a mince pie or two. Wash it down with this year's vintage mulled wine. But first things first, this evening there's an event in London's Trafalgar Square. I say event, I think we can safely call it a tradition now. It's been going for so long Tonight is the lighting ceremony of the Trafalgar Square Christmas tree. A gift each year from Norway. So let's head to Trafalgar Square. It's just here. Check out this year's lighting ceremony, this year's Trafalgar Square Christmas tree. So each Christmas the country of Norway sends the United Kingdom the gift of Christmas trees. It's a tradition that dates back to World War II. The story goes that during the war the Norwegian king and government were forced to flee the overwhelming force of the Germans, and they fled here to the United Kingdom. There was a top secret wartime mission from Britain to a Norwegian island by boat to deliver much needed supplies and equipment to the Norwegian resistance, who were fighting the Germans in occupied Norway. The mission was a success. The boat returned to Britain with Christmas trees strapped to the deck, a gift and a sign of gratitude from the Norwegian resistance for the British government, and a reminder of home for the exiled Norwegian king. And one was placed here in the centre of Trafalgar Square that Christmas. Eventually the resistance, the Norwegian army who joined the Allied forces, were able to liberate Norway from the Germans, and the king and government could return home again. And once there, they began the tradition of sending us a Christmas tree each year, and every year since. And they still take pride of place here in the heart of London, in the centre of Trafalgar Square. The trees are symbolic. They represent freedom, friendship, peace, and all that good stuff. Spankings the Germans, of course, and they're a little piece of Norway, a symbol of Norway. So, being that they're a representation of Norway, the mayor or ambassador traipse out into the woods in Norway. They pick the most quintessential looking Norwegian spruce Christmas tree they can find, then ship it all the way here to London, and then decorate it in traditional Norwegian style. They're always tall, skinny trees, simply decorated with a string of lights and a star on top. They're exactly the same style each year and have been for decades. It's a tradition and they look cool. A little bit of Scandinavian style here in the heart of London. Here's the thing, I've lived in London all my life. No idea when I first saw a Trafalgar Square Christmas tree, but I guess I would have been very young. But I began trying to capture the moment they're switched on for social media about a decade ago, so I've seen a few by now. This year and every year when I go online to find out the times of the lighting ceremony so I can capture the moment the lights are switched on, I have to skim through the top few posts, which are always people complaining. Like they've ordered and paid for the tree and shipping all the way from Norway and they've been sent the wrong model. Like they're writing a 1-star review on Trustpilot. And it's both mainstream media and now obviously it's individuals on social media. The complaints are always similar, that it's too skinny or it's not tall enough and it's not got enough baubles, tinsel or glitter. Basically, it's not spectacular enough. And as always, the negativity seems to rise to the very top of search results. But the tree is always exactly what it's meant to be. Great care goes into it, the extensive resources of countries. And Norway's got a lot of resources. It looks exactly how it's meant to look. And when you come here, most people love it, especially at the lighting ceremony. Everyone here is in good spirits. And like I said, I've been to a few of these. It's a much loved tradition. Either the haters don't know the story or they do know the story and it's just a case of misery loves company. And they're simply just online finding fault with absolutely every aspect of every single thing they can. And sadly, there are very many people doing just that. But those types of people will never become a part of a story like this. Actually, that's not true. They will never become a part of the positive side, the victorious side of enduring stories like this. They are the losers, the villains, and even sometimes the Germans of these types of stories. And it's not a part anyone should want to play in any story. But the fact that the negativity always seems to rise to the top, there's an increasing amount of it, and the events, and especially many people's behaviour over the last couple of years, suggest that maybe they're not the minority. The scariest part is,
I think many clearly believe that they are on the right side of history, the Allied forces in their own story. But if you're not on the side of the people, if you're not on the side of the resistance fighting for your freedom, then whose side are you on? You might be a non-player character or an Agent Smith in the story, but either way, history may not look back at you as kindly as your virtue-signalling peers look at you today.
Okay, Bratwurst from the Trafalgar Square Christmas markets. They're singing carols now beneath the tree. Can't hear it because of all the football fans smashing the horn. Let's try the Bratwurst. Phenomenal. Onions, Bratwurst, fried onions, ketchup and mustard, combo. Okay, the Trafalgar Square Christmas tree looks cool this year, as always. A little bit of Scandinavian style here in the heart of London. Let's now head over to Covent Garden. I'm sure we'll find the complete opposite of Scandinavian minimalism. There is normally perfect example of Victorian excess. The tree as wide as it is, tall, covered in chintz, baubles, tinsel, glitter. All the things, all the Christmas things thrown at it. Right, next stop, Covent Garden. Okay, we're in Covent Garden. Sadly, it's a little bit of a disappointment. No joking. It's everything I expect it to be. It's the same as every year. You can't actually see any green tree. There's so many baubles, lights, tinsel and glitter right there. Check it out.
So, Christmas has definitely arrived in Covent Garden. In fact, it arrived a while ago. It's been Christmas here since early November. There's a huge, spectacular Christmas tree covered in lights, tinsel, glitter and baubles. There must be miles of fairy lights strung up around the piazza. In the old market buildings, there are huge sprigs of mistletoe, disco balls and more huge baubles. Covent Garden is a destination for eating, drinking, shopping and taking selfies all year round. So it goes without question that at Christmas it's going to be a destination for Christmas shopping, getting something festive to eat and drink, and taking festive selfies. They always provide backdrop for photos, and this Christmas there's a pop-up Dolce & Gabbana shop which is very Instagrammable, and Santa's left his sleigh here which you jump on board, take a few festive photos.
Okay, I think the only thing left to do here in Covent Garden is take a quick selfie for the gram. Right, all looks phenomenal, very festive. Come and check it out if you're in town. Take a selfie with the tree. Let's head somewhere else. Okay, welcome to London's Southbank, home Southbank Christmas markets. Let's take a look around. Okay, the Southbank
Market is very festive. It's quite compact this year. However, if you come at weekends, you'll also have the speciality food market behind the Southbank Centre, which although it's there all year round, I'm sure at this time of year the stalls will have some festive specials. The Southbank is always a great spot to come and get something to eat, something to drink, and enjoy a street performance with the backdrop of the River Thames and the London skyline. Great views of Big Ben and the London Eye from here. Right now, I think we should go ice skating. Go and watch some ice skating. The closest ice rink to here would be Somerset House, which is always a phenomenal backdrop if you're going ice skating. One of my favourite ice rinks to watch ice skating in previous years was the one at the Natural History Museum, because they would build a 2-storey chalet-style bar overlooking the ice rink. You could watch people literally hit the ice. However, that's no more. But I hear there's a new ice rink down at the old Battersea power station right next to the River Thames. So let's go and check that out.
Okay, got myself a Boris bike now. I quite like to hyperlapse this, but I'm not going to, because my generation growing up, when we learned to ride bikes, sent out by parents on a BMX and mountain bikes, the only rules were don't get arrested and don't get molested and don't be late home, or your dad will give you a slap. So yeah, it would be less of a hyperlapse and more like evidence. But we've got 30 minutes to get this to a docking bay down the river in Battersea. Let's go. Don't need to adjust the seat. Oh. Okay, that behind me is the old Battersea power station, and hopefully there's an ice rink there, because that's where we're headed. It's taken about 10 minutes to ride along the river to here. Just going to cross the river on one of those bridges, and hopefully we can dock the bike at the power station. Okay, managed to dock the Boris bike right here at the power station, but it's not exactly easy to get a bike down 3 flights of stairs. Like I said, not hyperlapsing it, it would just be evidence. Right, let's go and check out the power station. Okay, yeah, there is an ice rink here, Glide at Battersea Power Station. There is a bar. I'm sure they've got mulled wine. Joe Malone shop as well. I'm driving, so no mulled wine for me yet. Ice rink here at the Battersea Power Station looks phenomenal. The bar looks it's the most popular bar of any ice rink in London I've ever been to. That's the place to be tonight. Right, let's head back to Westminster. I've got another Boris bike, but I'm going to ride along the Southbank this time back to Westminster, because I've got no idea how you get one of these back onto the bridge without going up a few flights of stairs. Plus most of the roads are shut on the North Bank. They're normally all shut on the South Bank. Keep you guessing. Right, back to Westminster. Drop the bike back here in Westminster. Actually, back where we began. One thing I've just learned: if you're going to Battersea by pedal bike, use the North Bank. Do not attempt to go there or back on the South Bank. Freezing. I need a mince pie now, something warm to drink. I think I know just the place. Okay, I'm hoping I'll find a mince pie or two here in the crypt of St Martin's in the Fields Church. Fingers crossed.
Okay, these pilgrims, they've possibly travelled almost as far as I have. We can share travel stories about Mission Mince Pie all the way along the South Bank from Battersea. Right, let's try and find a mince pie or two. The first thing you hit when you hit the buffet is the cake section. They've got chocolate cake, Victoria sponge. The afternoon teas look popular. There's only one left, but no mince pies. Jesus, all I wanted was a mince pie. Thank God, I found them here with the peas, potatoes and cabbage. Let's hope they've put the right type of mincemeat in them. So I've gone for a classic mince pie, no frills, and a black coffee. And yes, I am sat on top of old tombstones. Okay, let's try the mince pie. Phenomenal. Very nearly forgot to get the Feed the World t-shirt in the shop. Okay, coffee and a mince pie, a cafe in the crypt of St Martin's in the Fields Church. I love that place. Great location, right next to Trafalgar Square, great architecture, great value for money, relatively speaking. Great value for money for here in Westminster. Staff are always amazing. It's quite peaceful. I think everyone's still quite mindful that they are in a church after all.
And yes, food's good. Bit school dinners, I mean that in a good way. It's quite humble, unpretentious, filling. If you go all in, I definitely recommend it. Right, let's go to the pub. Okay, the Chandos Pub, not just for Christmas, it's phenomenal all year round, and just like the Café in the Crypt, great value for money considering the location. Right, there's just one thing left to do. Ladies and gentlemen, pray silence. The Roberts London Christmas speech, Christmas message. I've done a few of these. I hope your favourite show or movie is on the telly. I hope you get plenty to eat or drink. I hope you get to spend the day with friends, family, the ones you love, probably your pets. People are unpredictable. And wish you all a very merry Christmas and a healthy, happy, prosperous new year. And from here in London, see you next year. Nearly forgot. Toodles.
Thank you very much. My name is Dave Franklin. That was my last song. Thank you so much. If you have tipped me, hope you have a great evening down here on the Southbank. Good night. God bless.
Thank you.